I can't get over it. You being trapped in an elevator with Julian Crane and him actually helping you out?
I know. It's weird. I never thought I'd have to thank Julian for saving my life. But he did.
Yeah. I don't know what turned him into some kind of hero. But I sure am grateful he did.
Me too. You know, Chad, when I was in that elevator, thinking that I was gonna die, it made me realize what is really important to me. Who is really important to me. There was only one thing on my mind.
What was that?
That I knew I made a mistake. And now I've lost him. The only person in my life that I know that I want to be with forever and ever.
I understand, Whitney, I really do. I did the same thing when I was younger. I acted to please my father, and I lost the woman that I loved. I've lived to regret it to this very day. So don't make the same mistake that I did. You follow your heart and let it lead you to love.
Listen to me, Chad. You, me, Simone. I know she's my sister, but I can't let this happen. I need you to know how I feel.
Chad, I heard about what happened. Oh my gosh, you could have been killed. I was so worried about you.
Simone,
I'm so glad that you're okay. Arm, it's been cut.
no, it's all right. I'm going to get some stitches pretty soon.
Doesn't it hurt? Oh, my poor baby.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
I heard that you were trapped in the elevator with Julian Crane. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right, I'm all right.
Oh, it must have been a horrible night for you. I'm just so glad that you're okay. I don't know what I would do if I ever lost my big sister.
Oh, honey. How did you find out what happened?
One of the nurses, she told me everything. She said that Chad had risked his life to save you, and that even Julian Crane was brave.
Yeah, Chad and I were just talking about that, actually. And when we were in that elevator, Julian had some very interesting things to say.
You actually had a conversation with Julian Crane?
Mm-hmm. And he gave me some really good advice, too.
About what?
He was almost fatherly to me. He talked to me about love, about never letting it go. I had no idea Julian was so wise.
Julian Crane told you that he's a wise man, Whitney. I know I'm never gonna let love get away from me. I'm gonna always be there for you, Chad. Always. We'll always put each other first, won't we? I'm so grateful that you're okay. I love you so much.
Hey, girls. Oh, it's a miracle that your sister's alive, Simone.
I know, Daddy. I'm so glad that you're all right, too. I love you guys so much.
We need to talk. There's some things that I really have to tell you, okay?
We have nothing to talk about. You told your parents and Simone that you didn't love me, that you only cared about your tennis career. Now, that doesn't leave much room for us to have a future. Now, does it?
I'm so proud of the both of you. You guys are like heroes, you know? I bet you guys are going to be in the papers tomorrow.
It was really weird. It was like walking through Alice's looking glass. Everything was upside down. And Julian was the real hero. Who would believe that? What's next? Pigs flying?
The strangest mom starting to hang out in bars and stuff.
Bars? What are you talking about?
We were just talking about how weird the night was, and it would be weirder if you were hanging out in bars, but that would never happen. I couldn't help remember what Julian was talking about, that woman in the elevator.
You know what? Whitney was just telling me about that. I wonder if it's somebody that still lives here in Harmony.
The tape.
What tape?
The tape that Julian listens to in his library. He was listening to the same tape and always seemed so depressed. He was listening to it the night of your accident. It was playing throughout the grounds.
I don't remember. I must have been too upset.
The tape of that woman. That's probably the woman that That was the love of Julian's life. And he let her get away.
I can't imagine Julian Crane being a romantic.
Well, if we find out who was on that tape, we might be able to understand.
Well, I'm sure we all have better things to do than try to figure out who Julian was involved with in his past.
But, Mom, I think it's interesting. I mean, Julian never even seemed human to me before. I always thought of him as a predator or something.
Yeah, you got that right.
But when we were in that elevator, I saw another Julian. I mean, when he was talking about this woman, he was so vulnerable. You guys should have heard him. He must have loved that woman very much. And I think that he still loves that woman very, very much. And he also gave me some good advice on love. He said that if I was ever to find love, that I should never let it go.
Well, you know what, sweetheart? That is very good advice to apply to your tennis. Follow your dream. If you work hard, you will be rewarded. I'm just very curious about the woman who was such a big impression on Julian. That tape is the key.
Wait a minute. I think I've heard that song before. It was at the Seascape restaurant one day. Hey, it's just too bad you destroyed that tape, Dr. Russell. If you still had it, we could have listened to it and maybe figured out who that singer was.
I remember that night. I remember thinking that singer sounded like Whitney.
Sweetheart, you destroyed the tape? Why would you do that? Why did you destroy the tape, Eve?
I don't know. I mean, I hardly even remember. Well, I think I did it because, well, the music was so depressing. You know, everybody there was having some problem or other, and it just didn't seem appropriate to play music that was so depressing.
So you tore it up.
I know, I was overreacting, but I mean, at the time, it just seemed like the right thing to do. And I had heard Julian playing that song, and I just wanted it to be done, you know? Because anything that has anything to do with Julian is just disgusting.
Yeah, right about that.
That singer did sound like Whitney.
All right, we've got a cubicle for you now, Chad. You can go into cubicle C.
Chad, I'll send someone to take care of your stitches.
And I'll be in to help you in a minute.
Do you want me to go sit with you while they do it?
No, I'll be okay.
Okay, well, I'll go get some sodas. I'll be right back.
I need to talk to Chad. I have to talk to him.
What are you doing here? I told you we had nothing else to talk about.
Yes, we do. Please, just tell me that you'll hear me out. Both of our futures are at stake.
Look, Whitney, your future's in tennis, so I don't know why you're talking about both our futures.
The point I'm trying to make does concern both of our futures.
Look, I don't care what Julian Crane said to you in the elevator. It doesn't change a thing.
It changed me. I realized what is really important. And I realized what I really want.
I still don't see what that has to do with me.
It has everything to do with you. Because every thought that I had, every time that I reached down into my soul, there was only one thing that I knew for sure. Just one thing. It's all about you, Chad. The thing that I knew for sure, I knew that I loved you. Chad, I love you so much.